Well, getting a commercial partner seems to be the biggest headache for All India Football Federation for the start of Indian Super League this season, with FSDL not showing much of an interest. Remains to be a big concern. And with me to talk more about it, I have none other than Boria Majumdar. Boria, what do you reckon? Will FSDL get into All India Football Federation and sponsor the ISL this season?
See, at this point in time, firstly, it is very difficult to say whether they will not or they will, because we are not FSDL. Having said that, from what I understand, let me put this on record, nobody from the All India Football Federation has approached them yet. That is confirmed. This morning, we are recording this around 11 o'clock. At this point, and I've had a conversation, no one has approached FSDL. Number two, when the contract ended on the 8th of December, FSDL's focus moved. The focus is now on grassroots football. You have already seen the Reliance Development Initiative taking off on the 16th of December. Their focus has completely moved to developing the grassroots. FSDL, after doing all they have done, 5,000 crores loss in 15 years, they also, they had proposed this, a commercial structure based on partnership and all of that. It was not received well. A lot of media articles have also come out in the interim, which have not been fair to them. So sitting today, if you ask me as an analyst, the answer to your question will be no, FSDL is not that interested. Having said that, if there is an approach, they will, I am sure, consider for the sake of Indian football, or can. But today it is dire. The situation is not pleasant. The situation is not good for Indian football. I don't see any other commercial partner investing this kind of money, and that is a fact. FSDL has not been approached, and also they are very clear. No one in FSDL will want to be told you have come in through the back door, because they were accused of this. They don't want any of that. They wanted to help Indian football. If somebody comes and says, oh, FSDL did all this to come in from the back door, they are absolutely crystal clear they will not allow that. So the truth, Debashish, is they haven't been approached. If they are, they will maybe not consider different matter, but their focus now is on grassroots football and not ISL.
And now, coming back to the commercial rights, Boria, means obviously the AIFF in its new proposal has said that they have earmarked a budget of 70 crore, in which the clubs are supposed to pay 3 crores each, so that accumulates to 42 crores. So what happens to the remaining 28 crores? And that has to be funded by either the commercial partners or the broadcast partners.
From what I understand, the clubs want to reduce the budget even more. From what I have spoken to multiple people in these clubs, CEOs, and they tell me that if it's a truncated league, they will want to reduce the budget. They are saying that if we do not get a broadcast partner, why should that 30% have to be borne by the clubs? They want to reduce the 70 crores to approximately 50 crores. And that way the budget or the burden of the clubs will be less. What I also understand is Odisha has already said that they will not play if they have to pay any amount of money, which means some of the bigger clubs, a Mohun Bagan or a Bengaluru or a Goa, might be asked to pay more. What they do, or a Jamshedpur, which has the backing of Tata Steel. So these are some of the clubs which might be asked to pay more. The truth is, there is still no clarity. In the absence of a commercial partner, there is still no clarity. We felt that today we will have clarity and we will have a date, possibly 3rd, 4th, 5th February. But in the absence of a commercial partner, that sounds very difficult now. And look, we also need to find out from AFC, and I am told within 48 hours AFC will respond, or they are expecting AFC to respond, despite the fact that this is the Christmas season and people are on a break, New Year holiday, etc. They are expecting a response from AFC where they have asked that should we have to play 24 games? Because this time there is a crisis, which is the minimum criteria for AFC spot. So they have asked this question, that given that Indian football is undergoing a crisis, will you exempt us from playing 24 games? If AFC does that, then the budget will fall even more, because then the structure of the league will change again. So a lot of these questions, a response from AFC, what is the plan for a commercial partner? All of these questions will have to be finalized before we get a start date. But like I said, FSDL, or the importance of FSDL, is now very evident to everybody. Whoever criticized FSDL saying, "Arey, you are taking control," etc. We don't have a single partner in the country who is willing to pay that kind of money for Indian football. And FSDL, from what I know, they are very happy doing grassroots. They were abused by a lot of people, but now it is evident for everyone.
Boria, suppose FSDL do not show interest, means what happens? Do you see a private sector coming forward and helping out, bail out the All India Football Federation and having the Indian Super League maybe in a truncated manner? Because sports ministry, with the involvement of sports ministry, clearly means, do you see that a private sector coming and funding, which has been the case in the past?
No. Private sector, see, any business which funds a property will look at ROI. Now, with the time left, you will not have time for build up. You will not have time for preparing broadcast and going big with the marketing. You will not have time for any of it. What are you trying to do now? You are trying to salvage. You are trying to sort of somehow cobble together something so that you save face. Banglaয় bolle mukh rokha. That's what we are trying to do. So in such a scenario, for a private party to spend 30, 40, 50 crores or 20, 30 crores also sounds not plausible or not feasible. There is no ROI. That's where I think not a private party, but a public sector undertaking can come, because that will be the government support. So the government, whether it's the ministry, because the ministry might not directly pay, but the ministry might facilitate dialogue with a public sector undertaking, whereby I still believe there will be football. I've told you yesterday, I'm still telling you, I don't believe that there will be no league. Maybe not ISL. There will be a league with some other name. There will be a tournament. In what shape or form, we have to see. Will it be as glamorous? No. Will there be a cut down in budget? Yes. Will there be a cut down in salary? Yes. Will there be all of this? Yes. We have to wait for AFC's response, and we have to wait and see if they have any plans for a private partner. In the absence of a private partner, FSDL will be approached. What will FSDL do will obviously be depending on them. If they come out and bail Indian football, great. If they don't, then I see government or some public sector undertaking through the help of the sports ministry might just come forward and help for this particular year. All said and done, this is the worst I have seen of Indian football in a long time. Because look, you cannot hide behind the court. You cannot hide behind anything. Ultimately, the truth is the game has come to a standstill in India. There is no league. Footballers are suffering. Clubs are getting shut down. Coaches are going to not be paid. Players will not be paid. Ground staff will not be paid. The ecosystem is collapsing. This is not how a sport should be governed in a country.
Boria, obviously, my final couple of questions. Obviously, apart from the broadcast, who the broadcast partners will be, or who will be the commercial rights, where will the commercial amount come from by way of commercial partners? Also, the clubs are going to discuss as to what would be the salary cap of each player. Means you have been saying this for a long time now, that the footballers are overpaid in India.
Yeah, they are. Look at Hockey India League. What is the highest price that a Harmanpreet Singh gets in a Hockey India League? 78 lakh rupees. Don't compare with cricket. Cricket is a commercially viable billion-dollar property. Even there, the value of the IPL has come down. Take a look at hockey. India has won a medal in Tokyo. India has won a medal in Paris. India is the Asian champions. India has medaled in the Commonwealth Games. India has medaled in almost every world event that they have played. There, the salary cap, the highest paid player, Harmanpreet Singh, captain, global star, 78 lakhs. Abhishek Nayan, 72 lakhs. So if that is the salary cap for hockey, why is it that a footballer gets, whatever, 1 point something crores in a country where the ranking is 142, and in a country where we don't even have money to run our league? So there, it is only obvious that the salary cap will come down, and according to me, by half. So if someone gets about 120 lakhs, 1.10 crores, 1.2, whatever, I think 50 to 60 lakhs is what that salary cap will come down to maximum. Take hockey as the index. You do not have money to splurge. If you take hockey as the index, use money like that, get your league off the ground, save the sport. The salary cap getting reduced, because see, in our country with a salary cap of, say, the highest paid will be about 70 lakhs or whatever, that's still decent money. That means about 6-7 lakhs a month, right? For at an average. That is still decent money in India. So my point is, look at the lower rung. The lower rung, the groundsmen, the footballers, the ecosystem, the youngsters, everybody else. Look at IWL. How much are these women players getting? Nothing almost.
Yeah.
So they need to get, they have done brilliantly well, whether under 17, under 20 senior team. So if they are not getting, and the men counterpart gets 1 point whatever, when your ranking is 142, that's unfair. I would much rather spend a little bit more money on women's football.
Absolutely.
So that's my point. I think a rejig absolutely has to be
And
done.
finally, obviously, another consensus among the clubs is the relegation. Means obviously AIFF did in the proposal say that it's going to be an open league where there will be promotion and relegation. Do you see that happening in the truncated league this season?
No chance. How? Where? No. All of these finer points, yes, in the long term, the 20-year proposal or the plan, absolutely relegation promotion is part of it. I know deliberations happened last week as well, but in the truncated version, do I see relegation? Mohammedan Sporting, Interkashi, the licensing, etc., etc. I don't see Mohammedan Sporting getting relegated, at least for this one, and Interkashi getting a promotion, because there is a licensing problem there as well. So to answer your question, my straight answer is, in the short term, I don't see relegation.
And finally, do you really feel that we are going to see the ISL in a truncated manner?
I do see a league. Not the ISL. I do see a league, because otherwise India will be shamed in front of the world. I don't think the government will allow that to happen. I don't think even FSDL will want that to happen. So if they are ultimately appealed and told that, come on, please support and bail Indian football out, I think people will come forward.
So we are hoping that in the next meeting, that is between the clubs and the AIFF 3-member committee, we hope that there is some way out as far as the start of the ISL this season is concerned. So that's it for now. This is me, Debasis, and with me, Boria Majumdar, signing out. Keep watching Revsportz to get all the updates throughout our coverage of sports. Until then, see you.